4 will be a race over 1,000 meters, and it's a Pinnacle Stakes. Probably the most exciting and competitive race on the card for me. I'm not sure what Graham thinks, but we'll get to him in a second. And there's a horse here that my colleague and I are liking a lot, but in a sense hard to assess, because yes, number 6 Guru's Pride has won over 1,000 meters before, but as he's getting on and as he's racing, he seems to be wanting a bit further. He's talented, he's a lovely horse, he's always had a soft spot in my heart, but I've included him, but the 1,000 is a worry.
1,000 is a big worry. I have taken a chance and not included him. He is my 4th selection, but I've centered my play around my first 3 choices in the race. But it is a nice race. It's very competitive. I could be way off the mark here. I'm very strongly in the camp of number 1, Good Rhythm, who cracks a nice draw, is still nicely weighted, gets Kyle Stradham on board and takes 4 off the back, so he'll carry 58. He's drawn 1. It may be so that he's better over 1,200 meters, but I'm expecting a very positive run from number 1, Good Rhythm. The principal dangers for me are number 2, Winter Chill. I think he's going to run a very competitive race, and you've got to respect the best weighted horse in the race, which is number 5, Sunset Eyes, who continues to show good form. So those are my principal choices. But that being said, the likes of Wana, Wayward, Captain OP, Cold Hard Cash, these are all runners in what is a competitive Pinnacle Stakes, but in the makeup of my perms, obviously, as you said earlier, you've got to narrow down here and there. So I'm sort of strongly in the camp of numbers 1, 2, and 5. How do you see it? Who have you selected to win the race?
I asked for a crystal ball to help us, and they didn't deliver it. I've seen that I've put a lot of horses in, Graham, but before we go any further, let's go and hear what Duncan Howells had to say, and maybe he can enlighten us a little bit more. Let's see what he says about number 12, Cold Hard Cash.
Look, he's got tons of ability. However, agree with you. I think it's a very strong field. A couple of the top weights are particularly well handicapped. You give a good account of himself. I don't know if he's good enough to win a race like that, but in saying all of that, I think he could run into quartets.
Okay, so there we go. He agrees with us. Very competitive, tough race. But yeah, he's a horse that he's got ability. He certainly has. He's got his issues as well, but on his day he can run with the best of them. But it's competitive. You've asked how did I play it. I've loaded up, as we'll see in a moment. First choice, probably the best weighted horse in the race, Sunset Eyes. Big respect, like you, for Good Rhythm. Captain OP, he's unbeaten since he's been up here in KwaZulu-Natal with Nathan Kotson. He's a horse that can win again. So the list is long, tough. Load up is what I suggest.
Captain OP is an interesting runner, 3-year-old, very promising, very quick, very honest, very consistent, but he faces his toughest test to date.
Absolutely.
If he comes through here, then he's well on his way to establishing himself as a top sprinter with more feature races in mind to come.
Wayward, number 8's also got a chance.
He might get into the race when it's all over. That's what worries me about him. He gets a little lost sometimes in the early part of a race, but he certainly will be finishing on quite strongly. So you have to respect him. But Good Rhythm, Louis Huisson has got him in a very good space. He's in good rhythm at the moment. So I'm gonna hope that he backs it up, but healthy respect for Winter Chill and Sunset Eyes.
Okay, so there we go. 1526 for Graham, but it's trappy. Try and include as much as your budget will let you.